You clicked on this video because you want to be successful in 2025. So I'm going to give a few tips. You can pick and choose which ones you want to do. All these ones are going to help me and have helped me in the past. So pick the ones you like. So the first tip is write down your goals. And when I say write down your goals, it's pretty simple. Everyone does it every year. But I don't mean write down get rich. Write down, I want to make $10,000 a month doing X, Y, and Z. Write down in detail. Be specific. Get a pen and paper and write it down. So you're actually writing it physically down instead of going on Notes or Notion. You can eventually put it on your apps to look at it throughout the year, but I think it makes it better and more meaningful if you get a journal and write it down with pen and paper. Tip number 2 is read a book every 1 or 2 months. The best knowledge in the world are books, and the best books to read are the ones you hear about because they've helped people in the past. They've got a good track record, and reputation's important in the world. So a couple books I'll recommend is Relentless and Mastery by Robert Greene. Tip number 3 is prioritize your health. Health is wealth. It doesn't matter if you're the richest person in the world. If you're sick on your deathbed, it all means nothing. If you guys have any sort of problem or anything that's bothering you, go see a doctor or a dentist or whatever it may be and get it fixed straight away because health issues are the worst thing they have in the universe. So get that fixed straight away. Do it at the start of the year so you have no setbacks. One of the best things I did in 2024 was when I would commute to work, 40 minutes up, 40 minutes back, I ended up replacing music with podcasts and audiobooks. And oh my God, it made me learn so much, opened up my mind more. It was a complete game changer. If you haven't done this already, I've seen the advice go around a lot recently. If you haven't done this already, do it ASAP. It is an absolute game changer. How much knowledge and the more smart you become and more aware, it's insane. Please do this tip. The next tip is to stay tech savvy. You guys have seen the world is advancing with AI and many other things. If you guys can stay tech savvy, learn some of these skills, you can sell them, you can make a lot of money doing this, or if you're already in a job, you can keep your job because you already know how to use some of these new apps and new websites and new software. So stay tech savvy 2025 and just keep advancing your skill set. Tip number 6 is to save money and invest it and live very frugal. Something I did the last 5 to 6 years was when I got my first full-time job, I was living under my parents' house. I didn't pay a lot in bills. It was very minimal. And I'd get all my money, save 90% of it, spend the 10% on fuel and food. And then I ended up replacing buying food with making toasted sandwiches at work. And for dinner, I'd make $2 pizzas and saved a lot of money. And I bought my first property just by saving and making small investments that made me quite a big return. So saving money, especially if you're under your parents' house, this would be a huge game changer and a huge opportunity to get ahead. It's something I did, and it's something that you can do. I bought my first property at 26. It's super possible, guys. Please do this if you're living under your parents' house, especially. The next tip is to start a side hustle if you haven't already. This can be a game changer as well. Something I did in COVID was I streamed and I was making $500 to $1,000 a month while working remote. So I was making my full-time income plus $500 to $1,000 per month, and that was a big game changer into saving money and buying my first property. Also, something I did was I downloaded an app called Depop. I was just selling all my old clothes and people were buying them. I don't know how people just kept buying them. They just kept buying and buying and buying. I was listing stuff for pretty high as well. So definitely look into apps like Depop and eBay. I was selling like old tech stuff and rare collectibles that I was collecting, and they gained value over time. Last month I made $2,000 selling collectibles. So start a side hustle, as I said, can be a game changer. This next tip could be arguably the most underrated one, but it's to get a hobby. A hobby would be really good for your mental. For me, a good balance between working and making money and having a hobby is essential to being successful. I'll give you an example. I play basketball once a week in a men's league with a few of my friends, and it is the most fun, best time I have throughout the week. Nothing else matters except for just playing basketball and enjoying time with my friends. It's amazing. A few things you could do is I really like chess. I really like photography as well. They're hobbies that just make me tune out of reality and just let me get into a flow state and nothing else matters. It is so essential that you have a good mental and you find something where you can find that zen. So please find the hobby that you can get that zen and you can just kind of switch off for a bit and not think about work or making money or problems in your life. So get a few hobbies in 2025. The next thing I want you to do is to call your family more in 2025. Like the hobby, it's super underrated. The last couple of nights I've been hanging out with my parents and watching movies. Something that me and my dad did when we were younger, we would watch the original Dexter's. Now there's a new season of Dexter. I've been going over to my parents' house and watching the Dexter with him, and it makes me happy. I can see how much it means to my dad, and then my mum just seeing me hang out at their house is unreal. I know some of you might not have that same situation, but if you could somehow repair relationships and get in contact with, whether it be your brother, your sister, a family member, your auntie, your uncle, trust me guys, it will do numbers for you. It will do numbers for your mental health. It is another super underrated tip. Now, this last tip may not be for everyone. I don't want to go into too much detail about it because it might piss a few people off. But for me, I've been doing a lot of research on the Bible and God and Jesus. And it's absolutely blown my mind and it's given me a lot of reasoning why I'm here. And just, I'm really enjoying it. You don't have to do this specifically. I don't want to force religion upon anyone. But it has been unreal to learn about. I'm super excited to learn more and see where my journey takes me in 2025. If this isn't for you, maybe look into giving back to the community, volunteering or just helping out at a local sports club or something. Just give back. Try do something not for yourself and try help other people. Just a small part of your week, and you can have a good 2025. I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully you guys take a few of these tips and hopefully you guys can come back in 12 months time and say, hey, this video helped me. I achieved X, Y, and Z in 2025 because of this video. That would be amazing. That would mean the world to me. It'd mean the world to me if you drop a like, comment, and subscribe as well. I just want to get started. I want to give out more advice. I'm 28 years old. I've got a lot of life experience that I want to make into a lot of videos this year. So subscribe if you want to see them. Subscribe if you enjoy this. Have a good one, guys. Happy New Year. Happy holidays to you and your family. Hope you guys stay healthy. Hope you guys do really good. Appreciate you. Have a good one.